Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. The Saskatchewan Serious Incident Response Team is investigating after a search warrant resulted in a firearm being discharged. Members of the Tactical Support Unit were at a residential property in the 1500 block of Rayner Avenue on Friday night. During the execution of the search warrant, an officer discharged their firearm, which resulted in a 25-year-old man being transported to hospital with a gunshot wound. He's believed to be in stable condition. Further information will be provided by the Serious Incident Response Team. A Saskatoon firefighter is celebrating a heartwarming end to a dramatic dog rescue on the South Saskatchewan River earlier this month. Saskatoon firefighters were called to the middle of the South Saskatchewan River to rescue a dog on December 12th with temperatures below -30. After coaxing the animal back to the boat, firefighters were safely able to get back to shore and warm the dog. But once the animal wasn't claimed from a local dog shelter, Nathaniel Crone, the firefighter who brought the dog back to shore, adopted the year-old pup and named him Striker after the boat used during the rescue.
When he was here, he was just very friendly. Like, you can tell he's a good boy. And he cuddled up to me right away, and I want a good lap dog, so yeah, I fell in love with him instantly.
Crone says Striker has made himself at home and loves getting plenty of exercise. The University of Saskatchewan's Department of Psychology is in the early stages of a study which will evaluate the state of mental health among members of the Saskatoon Fire Department. In partnership with the City of Saskatoon and the University of Saskatchewan, the Fire Department is recruiting members to take part in a series of surveys which will include both firefighters and their family members. The hope is to better understand the effectiveness of tools which are currently in place to help SFD members dealing with trauma.
What I hope to see is a really good understanding of how our membership is doing so that we and management from the fire department can advocate for better training, better resources for the mental health of our staff.
The study is set to begin in January. One of the busiest shopping seasons of the year is in full swing, and while online shopping continues to grow, local retailers are providing brick and mortar isn't going anywhere. It's just evolving. At Bill's House of Flowers on Broadway, owner Chantal Pulak has spent nearly 20 years in the flower business and took over the ownership of the Saskatoon shop earlier this fall. She says customers today are more informed than ever. They often come in with ideas they've already researched online. David Williams, professor at Edwards School of Business, says retail outlets are constantly reinventing themselves. As technology makes more and more headway into our lives, retail is still very much alive.
There's so many options of videos, DIY videos, and it's like, come acquire the product, you know, give it a shot.
Normally on the customer journey, you start on your phone, but a lot of sales are still made in store. It's a bit of a false thing to say online versus e-commerce. They've kind of blurred into one.
Pulak says she enjoys seeing the customers come into the store in person. Interact says Prairie residents are finding it difficult not to overspend this holiday season. According to a study, 47% of parents say last year's budget won't stretch far enough this year due to rising costs. 2 out of 5 Canadians have expressed concerns about overspending this holiday season. Interact shared some advice for those who still have some holiday shopping to do.
We're all feeling this pinch. Do not feel pressure and spend what you have, not what you don't have. That will help you avoid that holiday hangover that goes into the New Year's. And in fact, a third of residents in the prairies tell us that overspending hangover feeling come January takes weeks, if not months.
Interact expects to see the most spending at grocery stores, discount stores, and fast food locations. Well, there's fast food, and then there's a bite-sized fast look at the weather. That's what we'll get right now, Jeff.
I'm always amazed at your segues, really. That was a pretty good one. Anyhow, we've got ourselves more snow. This is obviously not as nasty as what we dealt with last week, but this system is sliding through. It's coming a bit further south than we had anticipated, and then it's not the only snow we're going to be receiving. It looks like we're having a second round. Now, the timing has changed a little bit from last week. Some of the places that we thought we'd be getting snow on Christmas Eve, it looks like it might be Boxing Day. So we'll talk about how that's been shifting a little later on.
An 11-year-old boy has died as a result of a carbon monoxide leak in a Regina apartment building on Friday. Henry Losco passed away on Friday, according to his parents, Sergio Losco and Marina Hills. The entire building was forced to be evacuated when the leak was discovered, according to a statement by the city of Regina. Sergio Losco is currently in the Regina hospital being treated for carbon monoxide poisoning. He told CTV News there was no carbon monoxide alarm sounding when the leak occurred.
There was no alarm sound in my unit or in the one close to me.
Yeah.
If there's been, I don't know if there's been sound on the other stores, but nobody, if it's been, or it was alert, or nobody can check for the other apartment. And now my son is gone. And I need to know why.
In a statement, the city says a multi-agency investigation is underway with Regina Fire, Regina Police, the Technical Safety Authority of Saskatchewan, and the Saskatchewan Coroner Service, all involved. Conservation officers have charged 2 people in connection with an illegal outfitting scheme near Briarcrest. The investigation started with a tip 2 years ago that a wild moose was harvested inside the Heartland Whitetails game farm enclosure, and wild deer were being baited into the fenced area. A 1.5-year-long investigation found 3 European clients traveled to the farm in September 2023, the owner outfitting 1 client without a license, leading to the illegal harvesting of a moose and deer. The owner of Heartland Whitetails pleaded guilty to illegal outfitting last month, receiving a fine over $36,000 and a 5-year hunting license suspension. An Austrian hunt broker also faces a fine and a hunting license suspension. Holiday shopping has prompted an online fraud increase. Financial institutions say people are in a rush to finalize gift purchases and may not be as vigilant conducting online transactions. One Regina family is in the midst of trying to recover $5,000 lost to a fraudster, Wayne Mantika reports.
Pamela Pradell thought it was a hoax when she received email notifications that money had been e-transferred from the family bank account.
I logged in and I'm like, our account's just fine. Like, it's okay. So we've gotten those emails before that were spam, so we didn't think anything of it.
Days later, more e-transfers took place, totaling about $5,000. That's when they went to their BMO branch.
We had to wait till Monday to contact the bank. We changed our bank cards, we did all of that.
Canada's Ombudsman for Banking has investigated and found the Pradells at fault for not immediately notifying their bank of the e-transfer notifications.
It's hard because this was money my dad had left me before he died, and so some of that's gone.
Computer security experts say fraudsters have several ways of accessing banking information.
Let's say, for example, you were on a list. Let's say you used your email to log into a site for baking recipes or something like that, right? And you've got an email to get in there. Those websites may have been compromised and their database may have been hacked, and you're now on a list, your email, along with your commonly used password. And because people use the same password for a lot of different things, if it worked for this one, maybe it'll work for that. So
Connexus Credit Union was not involved in this case, but warned its customers about an increase in online fraud during the busy holiday shopping season.
There's all types of scams always happening. Something we've heard about just recently is fraudsters impersonating a financial institution or perhaps a major streaming platform and indicating that your payment information has expired or isn't working and asking you to provide them your credit card information.
The Pradell family is now working with the RCMP to track down its money. It's been determined that the e-transfer went to a digital bank account, with police trying to determine where in the world that may be. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Regina.
A group of postal workers and community allies braved the frigid temperatures in Saskatoon on Saturday for a rally. The event marked 1 year since Canada Post workers were ordered back to work by the federal government. While Canada Post, the union representing postal workers, have reached agreements in principle ahead of the holiday season, attendees say they're frustrated not to have a contract after a year of negotiations. Santa Claus made a very special visit this weekend. Despite his busy schedule, Santa made the trip to Saskatoon to visit kids at the Jim Pattison Children's Hospital, stirring up excitement with gifts and holiday cheer. A cozy holiday movie took place at the theater inside the hospital, along with Christmas sing-alongs and gingerbread house decorating and snow globe making. When we come back, a former NHLer brings horse-drawn carriages back to Saskatoon. Find out why horses helped him through dark times. A retired NHLer has been given the green light to bring his horse-drawn carriage business to Saskatoon. As Alison Bamford explains, it's part of a greater passion that the hockey player has leaned on through tough times.
Pretty hungry.
Extra bales for the horses on days when it's extra cold.
That's a little chilly, hey?
Rich Pilon spends hours caring for his animals, feeding, grooming, and training.
Right now with the young horses, it's getting them to pull their own weight.
Pilon played 15 years in the NHL, almost entirely for the New York Islanders, retiring in 2001.
Yeah.
Now he runs his own horse-drawn carriage business.
That was kind of our hobby and pastime was horses. So I've grown up around the horses pretty much since I've been a little guy.
For 2 years, he's cut through red tape trying to get a business license in Saskatoon.
You've spoken here before.
This week, he was finally approved for a temporary permit.
It's an amazing thing that I get to do and be part of. As much as I'm getting paid to be there, it's still amazing to see that these people are having such a good time.
More than that, Pilon says this is how he heals. Finding purpose in the routine.
There's an accountability and a commitment from me to them that if I'm not there to feed them, then they don't eat.
Pilon is open about his struggles with mental health, addictions, and attempted suicide. 4 years ago, he formed Horses and Hockey Let's Talk to support youth in northern Saskatchewan. These horses have traveled across the province, helping Pilon promote his mental health initiatives. Kids can learn about his story, play hockey, and interact with the animals.
It's to basically give them a break from their real life and hopefully, like I said, fill their cup with joy. They get to have some fun.
A gift these horses give Pilon every day that he hopes to pass forward. Alison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Jeff has a look at your Christmas week weather after the break, and later, Saskatchewan sports teams head into the break on a high note. So, Jeff, it's 3 sleeps to Christmas, right? Are you too excited to sleep?
You know what? I'm just always too excited to sleep, but that's a medical condition that I have to deal with.
We're going to have a white Christmas, though, aren't we?
You think this is going to melt? Yeah, we get a white Christmas without a question. Now, there are some parts of Canada that will not. It's likely in and around Toronto, maybe parts of Atlantic Canada, maybe towards Halifax. I know they've had some brownie conditions right now, but we'll have to wait and see whether or not it adds up to an absolutely, positively brown or green Christmas. But most parts of Canada, particularly in the West, are going to be seeing a white Christmas. Maybe a little different when you get into this lower mainland. But the ski areas, they're getting a lot more snow now. And so places like Whistler have been very happy with it. And of course, ski hills are already opened up in Alberta and many parts of that province. So we got the system coming through, bringing with a little bit of snow. It wasn't a big dump of snow, but another one is brewing up. All this moisture off the West Coast, like 40 million Americans down in California are under some sort of a flood watch or warning because another atmospheric river is pounding into the West Coast there. So across the prairies, though, it's basically going to be cold and at times snowy. We have a different sort of timing on the snow than we did last week. So we'll take a look at our computer modeling right now, and you can certainly see that. Well, let's get the loop going again. Okay, that's moving out of our province into Manitoba and Ontario, and then not a lot tomorrow. Looks like Christmas Eve, something's going to be showing up, but it's not going to be as widespread as we initially thought. So we are anticipating some flurries tapering off in the Prince Albert region as we get into the overnight period. But look at these temperatures. There are extreme cold warnings out. Minus 29 for Spiritwood, minus 28 for the Battlefords, minus 31 for Candle Lake and the Nipawin, minus 29 for Birch Hills, minus 30 for an overnight temperature in Rosthern, and minus 29 in Melfort. And as I say, most places are dealing with some flurries tonight, but that will be tapering off. Then we roll into tomorrow, and temperatures are certainly cold again. Minus 19 for Spiritwood under mainly cloudy skies. Ditto that for the Battlefords. Minus 21 in clouds in Candle Lake. Minus 19 and cloudy in Birch Hills and Rosthern, and Melfort cloudy, but minus 18 degrees. And Nipawin, just some lingering flurry activity. Minus 20 degrees for a high. Now, taking a look at Prince Albert's details. So tonight, snow ending, light and variable wind, but that minus 30 temperature there, so risk in frostbite to exposed skin in minutes. So please, if you don't have to be outside, please do not be outside. Try and keep them warm and sheltered as possible. Minus 19 degrees tomorrow, so way below seasonal temperatures there. And there's a risk of frostbite because the winds will be on the moderate side. Southeast 15, shifting to a northerly wind in the afternoon, but cloudy skies tomorrow, minus 19 degrees. And then we roll into Wednesday, minus 19 degrees. So Christmas Eve, bit on the cool side. Flurries on Christmas are possible. Minus 13 degrees, so 1 or 2 degrees below seasonal. And then below seasonal temperatures right through to Sunday, and then back to work Monday for many people. Minus 7 degrees. There's still a chance of flurries on Boxing Day and on Saturday. So that's how the 7-day forecast is shaping up, John.
And if that's too cold for you, Jeff, what holiday movie are you going to hunker down with?
Stalag 17.
There you go.
There you go.
Christmas Vacation, can't beat it. Thanks, Jeff. The newest Prince Albert Raiders winger sent his team into the Christmas break on a high note with a 5-point effort. The Raiders, hosting Kelowna on Friday night, wasted no time getting on the score sheet. Brandon Gorzinski got the first of his 3 goals on the power play to make it 3-0 Raiders in the first. He would score 1 in the second and 1 more in the third period for the hat trick, adding 2 assists for his 5-point night. Dimitri Fortin made 34 saves as the Raiders win 8-3 over the Memorial Cup host team. The Raiders head to Swift Current on Saturday, December 27th. And the Saskatoon Blades have been off since Thursday night, closing out what's known as the unofficial halfway point of the season with a shootout loss to those Kelowna Rockets. Despite the loss, the Blades have a 17-14 record, good enough for 3rd in the East Division. They have the 6th best power play in the WHL, and they take the 7th fewest penalty minutes. One highlight from the first half was Zach Olsen becoming the 13th Blade to score 4 goals in a single period. If the playoffs were to start today, the Blades would face the Oil Kings in the first round. Saskatoon will play a home-and-home with Regina starting at SaskTel Centre on Saturday, December 27th. It was a low-scoring affair on Saturday night at SaskTel Centre as the Saskatchewan Rush head into the holidays with a 2-1 record. Zach Mann started the scoring for Saskatchewan just over a minute into the game, but the score was only 3-1 Rush at halftime. The Rush managed to hold Georgia off the scoreboard in the second and third quarter, despite a late game push by the Swarm, scoring 3 goals in the fourth quarter. Saskatchewan held them off for a 7-4 victory. Robert Church led the way with 4 points, and Frank Chiliano made 35 saves for the win. Next up, the Rush head to Halifax for the first half of a home-and-home against the Thunderbirds.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
An Ontario woman is turning a tragic loss into hope for others as she urges Canadians to give blood over the holidays. Pauline Chan has the story.
Mahogany Brown says her older brother Cammy was healthy and athletic growing up until cancer took his life at the age of 31.
We actually just found out yesterday that his cancer was a very rare like occurrence. It was one of those 1 in a million things that just happened. So yeah, this was very unexpected for us the last few years. So kind of threw a big curveball at all of our lives.
Cammy suffered a snowboarding accident back in 2022.
Ended up breaking his wrist, and then later he took off the cast and just had a growth.
It was cancer, rhabdomyosarcoma. Then last November, just 2 weeks after his wedding, they found the cancer had spread to his heart and his lungs. He died this past March. Mahogany recalls how blood products were vital in his various treatments.
I knew someone else's blood donation was able to give us a little bit more time with him, so I'm just hoping that I'm able to do the same for somebody else.
She managed to give blood for the first time last July and then again on her birthday last month. Today she brought in another first-time blood donor, Cammy's wife, Shannon.
Mahogany said she was coming here yesterday, she told me, and asked if I wanted to come join, and I decided to donate. Perfect, thank you.
And how does it feel knowing you've made your first blood donation?
I feel really good. I'm hopeful that this can help somebody.
Canadian Blood Services says this is a particularly difficult time to get enough donors.
We see so much support, which we're so grateful for, really, in those first 3 weeks of December. But looking at the week before Christmas and the week after Christmas, there's really, truly such a need.
Andrew McCartney says they particularly need fresh platelets.
So no matter how much blood has been collected in the last several weeks, if we don't have donors that are coming in the next 2 weeks, then those platelets that are collected through blood donations will expire.
Blood donor clinics will be open every day except Christmas. Shannon Stewart says the experience left her feeling great.
Excitement, and I want to come back every 3 months and keep doing it.
And the Brown family plans to be back very soon with a group donation plan for the new year. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
This will put a smile on your face just in time for Christmas, Jeff. A Sturgis woman is $900,000 richer after a VLT win. The Vault Breaker jackpot was awarded in Priestville last week. The lucky winner is Heather Jabe from nearby Sturgis, who said she's going to pay some bills, maybe buy another horse, and build a big barn. And she plans to save the rest for her kids. But boy, that's perfect timing.
Yeah, that last name, not one of my Sturgis relatives, so darn it. There you go. But congratulations. I'm sure the people in Priestville are going, what? Somebody from Sturgis won?
There you go. They're all going to be like Cousin Eddie and say, now, Clark, I want to buy you something real nice.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what I would do for sure. But that's perfect timing, and maybe even a new horse.
I didn't know Cousin Eddie had more than one quotable quote in that movie.
That's true. National news is coming up right next.